Hi everyone, this is Viviana. Welcome to my channel, Viviana Tarot. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I've been doing this for about a year now, and it's been slow going, but I've been gaining quite a small but beautiful community full of people with huge hearts. You know, I'm a trafficking survivor as well as Indigenous, and I talk a lot about those issues because they've impacted me. Those things have impacted me to bring me towards my journey with tarot. I got out of being trafficked as well as exploiting, being one of the only things that I knew how to make money and not getting help from many people. I got into tarot more as a young girl. I liked it. My grandmother's a psychic, she's very psychic. She's got very strong gifts, but was always very scared of it all her life. My mother carries the gift as well, but I'm the only one that's really wanting to do something with it, really connect with it, and really feel I can do something with it, as well as bring awareness to the aftermath of things that I'm experiencing and want to bring highlight to what other missing, murdered Indigenous women have been through, what other Indigenous people go through on a daily basis, bring awareness to those things because you're not going to see it on the mainstream media, This is very important to me. I also like doing, making bracelets and beading and crocheting, and I love cooking. So you're going to see a lot of mishmash on my page of cooking, arts, social issues, personal experiences, resources for people who are struggling with the similar things. Maybe you relate to me. Maybe you're an abuse survivor. Maybe, you know what I mean? Come, join my Instagram community. Meet a lot of other people there, very much like-minded, very like-hearted. You know what I mean? So very much a really great community. So, if you're new, I am a tarot reader, like I said. I offer paid readings through my Instagram account. You can DM me there or you can email me. My prices are in my description about me on my YouTube channel. And you can also email me, and the email is in the description box below. And if you would like to donate, really going slow lately with the business, so could really use your help if you are able to. My PayPal link is below as well, and thank you so much for watching. Let's get into it. So today's topic, as you know, is what right will be wronged? What justice will come full circle and get a resolution? So I thought I'd do 4 for it since, this is a heavy topic. It can't go into 3. Can't even go into 4, but we're going to try, right? I could always do a part 2. I have a lot of wrongs in my life, so maybe I'll check out my own pick-up pile afterwards. But probably not. I don't want to be too biased, right? Particularly with this one. Anyways, we've got 4 piles. Pile number 1 is this beautiful winter brooch. Pile number 2 is this luminous moonstone almost bracelet. Pile number 3 is these 2 hearts with an arrow gone through them. Very elite, sparkly heart with another heart. And then we have the snake necklace. So, go with the first one that catches your eyes. And we will begin. So, if you picked pile number 1, then this is your reading. I'm hearing something about like Another One Bites the Dust song, so I don't know how that resonates, but maybe it does. But that song really came into my head right now, so check that out. So we've got all tied up, positive, movement, forward and reverse. So we're going to start with what the situation was, what was going underneath it all too, maybe. Choose your battles. We got in reverse High Priestess of Water in reverse. We have Surrender to Sweetness, as well as Big Picture Thinking. And then we have Growth, Plants. Okay. I feel as though you may have lashed out because you were under you or someone else lashed out. You were under an immense amount of pressure, and you said and did things at a time to make ends meet, and maybe you felt used or they felt used. Either way, you said something within a crucial time, for that person at least, and it really messed things up for you, and people kind of threw you under the bus because they didn't have the compassion towards you. They thought maybe you should have chose your battles, but there was so much going underneath this, for you to kind of lash out this way, or that person to lash out this way. It's not something they feel good about or you feel good about. I'm seeing the big picture wasn't revealed to you, or you weren't thinking in the big picture. You were just wanted kind of what you wanted now, or you really just acted that way and people saw you that way as greedy because they didn't know the urgency of why you needed this and why it was so important to you. They may have had more privilege than you to understand why you needed a particular thing or why you needed something at a certain time. It could have been something completely nonsensical. It could have been a really tiny thing, and you kind of lashed out, or they lashed out really badly, ripped through people a little bit, said some stuff, and it was exploded. And since then, your reputation, or the reputation of this person, has been very cold, with the High Priestess of Water in reverse, showing some, like, people seeing you as very cold, and other people being very unemotional or unattached towards you in result of this fallout with this person, or with you being a certain way, or maybe two people. You argued with two people in front of an organization, a boss, an institution. Either way, it was important for you to maintain somewhat, you didn't impress someone, whether it was fair or not. This person did you dirty. Like, they didn't ask for your side of the story. They went with what they heard, and they didn't go to you. And they just perpetuated the lie and the slander against you, and they turned their back on you. And it shut a lot of doors for you unknowingly, whether you know it or not. Now you know. This is the reason why. But I see that there's been a lot of growth and healing within you and possibly this person. And I feel as though part of this karma and writing being wrong, that this person may have a little bit more of room in their life, or compassion, or space in their heart to possibly understand where you're coming from, if you want it, if you were to explain it to them even just a little bit. We've got hope. So the Star card could have been Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius. Either way, this is like there was a tower moment, and there was a big lash out and fight. You didn't think you recover from it. From you, it was like 2-3 years. It made a really big reckoning and revolution within your life. A lot of things changed within you. Even if you were completely innocent within this, you really looked back at times where you did, you felt guilty, and you kind of dug into that. Why did you feel guilty? Because maybe you did something similar before you didn't get caught, and this time you were falsely accused of something you did. So you felt a bit guilty, possibly. Or you felt as though, it would be easy for you to fall into that type of thinking. We've got the Two of Swords here. So I feel like with the karma, the rights being wronged, you'll have more options than you did before in terms of your business, more growth, more travel happening for you, things expanding for you because there's a different niche, or if it's a business or something, it's a different community, different niche. Newer people are coming in that you don't necessarily have to tell about what happened. Newer ideas are coming in. Things are just changing. People are leaving. So there's this room for you to reinvent yourself, or just portray yourself as a different, or portray a different side of who you are. There's a lot of offers coming in, opportunity to maybe travel to get away from it, or go to a different country, or go somewhere completely different, closer to maybe your origin, where you lived, where you grew up, your ethnicity, your nationality, something that's just going to feel more like, you're not going to stick out like a sore thumb. You're going to be embraced. You're going to be, people are going to love you being there. You're part of that missing puzzle for that business, for that community. And you learn just as much as you're giving. So you'll be appreciated, and people will get to know who you are right from the start, so that if you act a certain way, they know that that's not within your character, and they're not going to unfairly judge you like these other people did, who you thought were great, but they had no contention of wanting to get to know you better. I don't know if that's the word, contention, but I'll use it. I hope you know what I mean by that. Intention. Let's go with that one. They didn't have that, and then we got the Five of Swords here. Let me clarify this. So the Five of Swords in reverse, there's someone that's still within this environment, business. Someone with this in the environment, I feel like you've left the business, but if you haven't, they're still there and it's not going well for them, but they're kind of going through their own reckoning. Maybe it was both of your faults at one point, you know, with like, where they had an involvement, but no, everyone kind of overlooked them and they allowed people to do that type of thing. So it cost you a lot of money here. I feel like you might have been an earth sign, or there was an earth sign. Another scenario I'm seeing is an earth sign might have taken money from you, or might have just something big too, like a business idea or something like that. We got a bunch of cards here. Celebrate, and then we got the King of Cups, and then we have this. So like in terms of karma and like things being wronged, being righted, I see someone coming towards you romantically or within a situation. Take how it resonates, and they're gonna have a cup of fucking empathy for you. There's gonna be more fucking cups. This is representing of a community. More cups of love and empathy for you, and caring about your community and the things that are, you know, are important to you without expecting anything in return, you know, because they may have their own experiences too, and they love you as a person, so they do anything for you because they love who you are, so they'd like to help things that what you're about and what you care about. We also have a fire sign here. I see a lot of passion. I see a lot of like encouragement, and I see you kind of coming up, things becoming softer, things becoming sweeter, pleasure, really coming in. This time you're doing what you love. You may have been doing what you loved before, but it was in an environment that was like very not the way that you operate. Now you're operating on your terms the way you want to, you know, and there's just energy and inspiration and positivity. It's not about always solving problems. It's sometimes like creating beautiful solutions and enjoying the journey of the things that you're learning and what you're going through as a person, as well as the things that you learn, you know, for work. This other person is just not allowing themselves to release. And because they're not allowing themselves to release, something similar might happen to them down the road. But I see a lot of giving, receiving, a very communal, down-to-earth, wonderful circle, communal kind of environment, you know. Because this person here, this environment wasn't nurtured. You didn't feel nurtured into the job and skills, and it was very shaking for you here. So that's just continuing, you know, that's their karma at this point. You put out this negative energy within this environment. It's going to continue that way for them, you know. But I see for you, you've overcome this challenging time. You're able to like let down the sword in life, because you realize that these people are not here to nitpick. If they're asking questions, it's because they want to know more, not because they want to poke holes in your idea and bring you down. So yeah, I see karma, a beautiful community around you, feeling accepted and being somewhere where you don't have to justify or prove yourself all the time. And you may get some type of recognition from someone else that may recently quit, I'm hearing, maybe starts with a J, may come towards you and have someone to talk to about your experiences there and have them validate you and being able to validate each other. So have that friendship, or just even have that experience, you know, maybe just do that and get out of the way and just never see them again. Sometimes it's not the best to stick around people you've had terrible experiences with, you know, and sometimes it's just doesn't work out. But I'm just seeing a lot of great connections and places where you will be heard, even maybe a platform coming towards you to reach even bigger audience, one that you couldn't reach before because of this community and how much they care and love you, and the powers in numbers, right? So thank you for watching. I hope it resonated for you. If it not, or if you'd like to check out another pile, always welcomed and encouraged. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonates, what's going on with your life, what type of other reading you would like me to do, and any other questions or anything is always great. Leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow my Instagram if you'd like to. Also follow my TikTok. I love to start doing free live readings there on TikTok if you have them. So yeah, I got to get to 1,000. I'm at 550 right now. So if you have TikTok, or even if you don't, check out TikTok anyways. It's a great place to learn a lot of different things. So let's go on to pile number 2 now. Thanks for watching. Ciao. So if you picked this Moonstone kind of glimmery, beautiful bracelet, this is your reading here. Let's get these cards out. We've got Journey in reverse, so something being stalled. Moon's very important to me here too. Cycles of the moon. Messenger, Cyrus energy, bringing harmony and balance. We've got Whale and Orca leaders, frequency of sound, diving deep. We've got Cleansing, Storm. Storm came in the middle of a journey. We've got Depth, which is lake. We have Material Harvest in reverse, so very much a blockage. Believe and Succeed. And then we have Reminder in reverse. Okay. So what seems to be going on here is you're a very optimistic person, or you're very passionate and talented in something that you do and who you are, just even in general. And there's someone around you that was jealous, and they did not remind you of something in the past that made you mess up really badly. To this day, you're not even completely sure if they did it on purpose, quasi-purpose, or if they care or anything at this point. You haven't heard any real clarity or closure on that. You don't even know why they would do it. It kind of shocked you because they seem to be one of the biggest supporters of you. Maybe even some of you, they might have gone to the extreme of taking your savings or taking something that you had harvested for yourself, you know, through a long period of time, through hard times, and you're really upset because some of it was a real sentimental value to you. For some of you, it was a relative who died, and there was something in there, the wisdom, the spirit, there was some type of heirlooms through there, or just something you could use for the business that you can't afford either way. They stole that from you, for some of you. And they delayed the journey because you were on your way to the journey, but because you didn't have these things, they were stolen from you, and people didn't remind you of certain dates. They didn't bring you up. They took the center stage when you weren't around. They took on your persona because they believed in you so much, but they didn't believe in themselves at all. So they stuck around you so they could take from you and learn about how to take it from you and how to almost become you and believable enough, you know, so they could do something. Some of you maybe not completely similar, but similar enough. Sagittarius energy. I see a lot of like balancing energy, like this wanting to like balance energy as well. Like I feel like within the karma, there is going to be harmony, balance is coming out. It could be a Sagittarius. We've got, you're going to come. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles coming out upright. So meaning that you will get your money back. I'm hearing like King of Pentacles can represent big banks, things like that, big corporations, someone who has a lot of money, someone may be a big philanthropist or something like that. If you've made a digital story, or if you have like applied for a scholarship, you may get that scholarship. Or you may get a grant that you won't have to pay back. And it may have something to do with your story, your ancestry, something, you know, so you'll be getting money back without doing too much of your own vulnerability this time, because you may felt like you had to be very vulnerable to get things from people, and this time you've someone might have seen what's happened to you without even explaining it to you, and they have their eye on you, and they want to do it because they know that you haven't come to them for help. It might not be like, I was thinking at first maybe it was a bank, but it might be something more of a grassroots organization, an individual person, someone you might not even know. Because it's in reverse. So it's showing it's not something institutional. It's not like a government thing or a grant. For most of you, it'll be an anonymous gift from a male, someone who's very well off. So this is the greatest card we could get in this, right? Justice will be served within this situation in terms of money. And I think, like we said, balance. There's something that's out of balance. So let me know down in the comments, what is this balance about? We have the 10 of Cups here, and then we have this 4 of Pentacles. So there's just going to be this ability to save, but still have an abundant life with the 10 of Cups and have happiness, you know, not having to be so defensive anymore, not have to fight so much more. And it's not just about being comfortable with money. It's the relationship to money that you have now and your mentality about money that has changed. And it has not changed with other people. And so partially this could have been because of the relationship you had to money. It led to some trickery. But now You're not on a wanting to engage with money and life in a way of tricking people and getting things, or, you know, or being greedy, or misrepresenting yourself, if that's part of what you did at one point. So what is the wrongs that'll be righted? What else is going to happen here? An end of a cycle is going to be closed. Someone might be in bankruptcy, I'm hearing. Something's going to happen, some type of scandal. They're going to lose some money. It may go to you. An inheritance maybe, or some type of money, reputation for maybe an opportunity for a lawsuit, or a lawsuit happening against someone, a class action for some of you in the future, because there's dishonesty and more people are kind of coming forward now, and it's becoming more like recognized when it wasn't before. I'm hearing something about 7 years for some of you. There was a delay in travel for some of you. Yeah, there was a delay in moving and travel for sure. Maybe even something to do with a baby. But for what Spirit's trying to tell me right here is very clearly something to do with home. Home and moving and travel. It's been blocked. Having more space, freedom, maybe. It's been hard for you in the past, or maybe in the present, to have a moments of peace, rely on your own intuition with things, have that silence, you know. So lack of empathy around you. So in terms of what's going on, let's get some more cards here. What is the karma for this situation? What is the rights will be wronged here? Reach out. Lead. I feel like you're more of a mentor than you think that you are. I think you're going to step into a mentorship role with a family member or someone. Could be somewhat of a volunteer or a business thing, and that's going to help your confidence, your self-sense, and sense of purpose in this world. The depth you feel, it's just going to teach you a lot about others and about yourself, and become more of a leader than you already are. Someone might reach out to you and ask to be a leader. Another one I'm getting is that a mentor may come towards you. Some of you have been feeling very lost in regards to being betrayed by someone and getting the rug ripped underneath you. And this person was somewhat of a mentor to you in their own way, and then they've kind of disappeared now, and you feel lost. You don't know how to go forward here. You know, well-reserved solar plexus. You're trying to find your self-esteem, so you may find someone who will help you kind of, you know, whether it's directly or indirectly, kind of get to know yourself more, ask yourself those tough questions, and start taking control of your life more instead of waiting around or asking other people and looking up to them, wondering what you need to do or what you should do, you know. And it might take a longer time, but I feel like this person believes in you. They see you doing well. They feel like you have so much potential. This might also be a spirit guide. Spirit guides want to tell me there's just a lot for you to release. And with that release will come a flood of just very creative ideas to get to where you want to be, and to gain understandings about past experiences in your life that have been holding you down and holding your self-esteem down, and maybe a little bit of bitterness that's a little bit extra on the situation that's unnecessary and kind of holding you back to pursue something similar or someone similar to the person who betrayed you in some aspect, and realize it's not the same. But you have every right to be cautious. But if you don't face that situation that leaving you feeling triggered because it's similar, then you won't regain the faith in yourself and your confidence, because it could very well feel that way, but you don't trust yourself that you'll be able to react a different way. Because if you trust yourself that you'd react a different way, then it wouldn't scare you so much to go that way, I believe. But either way, it's a good way to show that, okay, I'm confident and I got this. If it doesn't work out the way it does, that I'd like it to, then that's fine, because this time I'm not going in with those expectations. That's how much I've grown, because I've learned. And I've learned enough to be smart enough to have suspicions about this, if that makes any sense. So I'm hearing for spirit guides, you're telling me turquoise is really an important color to wear for protection. The color turquoise surrounds you, or some color that will soothe you, whether you really like that color or not. Examine the relationship you have with that color. Red is also standing out to me as a color that's also really great for protection. Maybe even a similar kind of tone like this. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting for you. So I hope that resonated for you. Got some clarity. Check out some other piles if it didn't, or if you'd like to get some add-on, maybe different situations, that type of thing, or see which one, if another one resonates more. Be my guest. So thank you so much. If you would like to leave a tip, more than welcome to. I have my PayPal link below. If you'd like to book a reading with me, it resonated with you, this reading, you can email me or DM me on Instagram. More than happy to meet with you and have a reading with you. If you liked my videos, it's quite true that you will probably connect with me quite well. Our energies will connect well, and I'll be able to give you a quite accurate reading. And check me out on TikTok. Trying to do some lives on there, some free tarot readings, one question readings on there. So if you have TikTok, even if you don't, check it out. It's a pretty cool app anyways. Enough of my advertising spiel. And let's get on to pile number 3. So if you picked pile number 3, the hearts, here is your reading. I'm hearing something about Paris. We have the garden and the gate, which is reversed. So we're going to start off with like what happened in this situation. We have deep cellular healing, activated earth, portal, your doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. We have rain here. We have comfort, hearth. Sorry, it's hard to see, right? We have victory and success. These 2 cards were here, talking, cassette, outdated thinking. So this is kind of the gist of what's happened here. We have love in reverse. We have lust, intuition. So what I see going on here is that you felt led on by someone. You thought there was more to it, and they treated you more like an option and were very sexual with you. But you also felt like you had emotional connection. There was a lot of lust there, but there wasn't as much love as you'd wanted it to be there. Even if there was love there, the person they were talking to had a lot of outdated thinkings about how a relationship was supposed to be. They were trying to condition you to be a certain way, and when you weren't that way, they kind of ghosted you, or they just really betrayed you. Yeah, I just felt like you were really excited talking to this person. They were really interested. You conversed with them a lot. You know, it was really exciting. So to have that door kind of shut down on you, and feeling like the potential of the situation, maybe having a dog and having a baby and things being a certain way, you know, kind of gotten slammed on you. You might have known this person for quite a while. You might not even have known them in a romantic sense, but knew them through family or growing up together or school. Either way, you'd known them each other for a few years. You felt like it was just natural that you guys would get together more. Some of it maybe was sort of more in your head than you thought it was, but the actions on their part definitely aligned as being interested. And there was consistency, you know, with the situation enough for you to believe what you did. But intuition was wrong, or you felt like your intuition's wrong. And the biggest part of you that was hard for you to understand is that you find yourself a very intuitive person. You didn't understand why it was completely what you didn't think it was. This person might have said something really cold or cruel or completely different than what you thought or what they had said to you or even how things were progressing, and you thought you were quite realistic with it. Sure, I think you did know the line between, kind of projecting the future in a positive kind of excited way, but knowing that, there's no way it's gonna for sure going that way, but you felt like this person was game to a certain extent. The Five of Wands, this person had a lot going on. They kind of kept the peace with you. They felt unseen, so they came to you for validation. I feel like they were really needy on your validation, but they were very inconsistent with you, and they were always juggling money and kind of talking about money. I feel like they tried to get money out of you. A lot of you didn't. You said no, though. Smart, because they just weren't changing. Maybe possibly a Scorpio, but there's just an energy, Capricorn, Scorpio, because they had a lot to say about you all the time, too. Like, you really liked this person. You really respected them. You connected a lot. Maybe they had been there for you in times, but they had a lot to say about everything that you said, and they made you feel like you weren't smart enough, you weren't good enough. Nothing you said was ever important or was correct or worth hearing. It was laughed off or mocked. And you didn't like who you were anymore. So you may have closed this curtain or something, or they may have. Either way, it was just like, made you sad, because I felt like you felt so connected to this person spiritually that you thought they'd come around or apologize, but they didn't change. And maybe it's been a while now, and maybe they've moved on, and you wonder if they're like the same with other people, and you wouldn't go back to that. But you're just sad because you invested a lot within this person, and it just seems like they're the same type of person. They're not gonna, nothing's changed. You feel so tricked in a way, and you're like, are they that good at lying, or was I just so blinded, or was my intuition off, or was I vulnerable? You're not sure what to make out of it. It's kind of left you feeling not trustful of people, and maybe feeling a bit down on yourself, not wanting to invest in things, or feel like your investment in that was like futile. But I feel like you learned a lot from the situation. You're more decisive now, if you haven't noticed, than ever before. I don't feel like you'll let people kind to lead you on as much, and I feel like you're really gunning for your own happiness and to be happy. And regardless of what that person thinks or anyone does, you found core things that make you feel at peace and happy, even when other people reject you or make you feel lonely. And it's still extremely hurtful to you, but there's like this belief that's going to be coming instilled in you in the next few months or so. We can do a thing to see when. That's just going to make you feel like it's going to energize you, and it's going to allow you to just tap into this inner knowing that you've already had about yourself, about being able to get things done without people always having to believe in you and love you, even when we'd like them to. Being able to give us money, or being able to get us out of situations. Maybe you've been feeling like you wanted to leave something, no one was really there for you to help you. But this belief is coming in now that you've been hurt so many times that it's really done, it's been horrible for you, but at the same time, it's made you super, super strong. Especially consider, see, we got helpful people in reverse, especially considering there's going to be some challenges coming up, some really positive challenges and experiences too. And because you've gone through these other ones, it's like you're going to like really, really thrive within this situation coming up, because of people letting you down one by one, one by one. Communicate clearly in reverse. You're not going to put up with people not communicating clearly to you anymore. Meditation brings answers. I feel like Spirit's also just saying, though, meditation and being still, even just for a few minutes a day, will really help you with your intuition. You're not lost. You're not bad. Your intuition is not off. It's not wrong. It's still there. There was manipulation involved with this person, and there was a lot that we just don't know about people. Our spirit and our intuition can only go for so long, and sometimes we need to learn lessons from those situations as well. It says, ask your angels, always be able to be, your angels, your spirit guides are always, and your ancestors always, open for answers. Just make sure you honor them and thank them as well, and learn about them and share their stories. Abundance is going to be granted to you as well. Whatever abundance, this is what you're wishing for. It doesn't have to be money is coming in. We've got the Ten of Pentacles here, which has to do with something with your lineage, your heritage. Something has to do with that. It's going to bring you an abundance of something. It's going to bring something. It's going to open something up for you in your life. Perfect timing in reverse. It might not come when you think you want it, you know, you think it's going to come. It might not feel like the perfect timing because other things will be coming on, will be in your life. But I feel just you have to see it as another test of, do you really want this almost, you know? And maybe you won't even want it at that point. But that's the thing. Sometimes when we think of certain things, you know, we'll just take it. Like maybe you really want to do it, but not on the terms that they want you to. Well, you're going to get other options. They're going to be able to make you say, okay, well, I can stand up for myself and ask for more of a raise or ask for some flexibility with this because I have another option. You know, it's going to make it, like, it's going to teach you a lot. So I hope that resonates for you. And now we're going to go on to the last pile. So if you picked pile number 4, this is your reading. We've got cornucopia. Patience and planning, strengthening bonds. In reverse, we've got movement in reverse. Okay. You had a lot of abundance, and someone got in between, a romantic partner or someone that you knew. You did a lot of patience, you had a lot of planning, everything was going according to plan. But someone did not want you to have what you wanted, even if when you planned so much, and it was disappointing to you because you did nothing wrong. And I feel like for some of you, this was a second opportunity to do something that you didn't have the opportunity to do before, or you messed up, or someone else messed up. And you're getting a chance to do something differently. And it was blocked from you through prejudice, through poor planning on their side, but it wasn't you. Maybe the bond wasn't strong enough. Maybe there's something you had to do, but the group of people that they wanted you to do it with were not a good fit for you at all. They wanted something more than you thought, and that affected you. You weren't a fit for them for maybe very arbitrary reasons that you don't even know about. And I think that's made you feel like we've got solitariness, like feeling like, you know, left in the desert, like just abandoned, you know, feeling stranded, you know, in the situation, or did feel stranded in this situation. Just everything feeling like you thought you belonged, but everyone kind of got together except you. Okay, so in terms of the rights being wronged, I feel like you will find that community with the Ten of Cups coming here, you know. A family even might even really find empathy for you and really like you, maybe take you in, or I don't know, finance you or something. Or there's someone that's a family or another side of your family, or you'll be making your own kind of family. Something very untraditional, someone within your community, and you're going to stop feeling so out in the cold. This is a sweet pile. Aw. You're going to feel more like in charge and more opinionated, or being able to be more opinionated. There might be a little bit more fighting and stuff, but that's just because people are not used to that. Because you're fighting for what you have worked for, you know, your harvest, your cornucopia. It's still there. So you got this, you know, it's your ideas even. Maybe it's your ideas that you fleshed out. You're protecting them with the sword here. And you're going to have that energy if you didn't have it before. There was a situation with a home, fire energy situation, where someone may have been cheating on someone as well, and they were using your money or putting things in your name, maybe ruined your credit or did something with your money, you know, under her name or their name. And it was something you, patience and planning with the cornucopia, you felt really betrayed. Well, you're going to heal from that situation. I think you're realizing this person does not have the capacity to be there for anyone, and they do not have the capacity to be honest and have clarity for anyone in their lives. You know, they're still very much a student in life. They're a little bit behind you in terms of emotional intelligence. They don't want to see you as powerful either. They went to someone that was younger or more inexperienced because they wanted to feel like they wanted to get something over on you for whatever reason, you know. Sometimes there doesn't need to be a reason. This person seems like they need a lot of help. They needed attention from men, women, sexual partners because they felt insecure and they liked seeing you feel, they liked seeing you jealous and walking away. Like they liked feeling like you weren't abundant. They wanted to bring you down because you're so abundant. But I see you left or you're leaving this situation, maybe with someone else in tow. Maybe with a child, something like that. I don't feel like it's a family member. I feel like it's you are leaving and you're being really independent with it. I don't feel like the person that's going to help you there is someone particularly closer is going to stay around, but they are going to help you. And you're going to learn a lot about yourself. There's a lot of inner strength that's coming in. You're going to feel more focused. If you've been wanting to do a business, hobby, or get something done, you're going to get the focus and the patience and determination. And all of a sudden, the hoops that were there, the barriers are there, not going to be there anymore. You're willing to get in it's going to be done real quick. There was a lot of bureaucracy before with delays, and you weren't focused or other people around you weren't focused, but I see, you know, people were unhappy, you were unhappy. So there's a lot of negative thinking towards it, rightfully so. Sometimes it's not something that we can handle. But I see you coming out of that, and I see you really being okay with not knowing about things and not having clarity with this person because you're getting your own clarity. The clarity that you're getting is that you have so much strength in you. And there's people that are willing to help you, but right now you're just not going to be too close or in the spotlight right now. And I think you'll be okay with that. You'll see the benefits of it. You're starting a new journey and you have an opportunity to kind of be someone different and try new things and not feel scared and not feel so weighed down by who you were. You may learn so much more new about yourself. You're going to find a balance too, one that you've always been wanting in your life and routine, and a bit of being able to be vulnerable somewhere that you know, with people in a way that's comfortable to you and just protective of yourself and be able to have that harvest, keep it for yourself, not have to worry about it. You know, this person's always going to continue to be the same person, judgmental and not going to change who they are, but you can't let them bring you down. And I think you realize that this person has kept you in this like scope of just really negative, pessimistic thinking. They may be an Aquarius, someone who's very brilliant, but their smartness brings them down the downward spiral instead of like allowing their intelligence to bring you in the upward spiral sometimes. There might be a Pisces or some type of water sign, male may come in, someone very social. I feel like it's more of a friend, and they may be very just playful, fun, funny, kind of get you out in the town or having you seeing things in a different light, you know, and getting you out of your shell. So I see a lot of great things for you. I hope that resonated for you, pile number 4. If it did, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you'd like to book a reading for me, you can email me in the description box below. You can leave me a tip if you'd like. Always really, really appreciated. Doing this for about a year now. I've done it to escape trafficking. I was literally being trafficked and exploited myself for a while because of it being one of the only things that I knew and that I could do at that time for money. And I got into tarot. Then COVID hit, started going online doing this. I'll be honest, it's been quite slow. So if you'd like a reading or if you'd like to leave a tip for appreciation, it's always appreciated. It can be hard sometimes with the momentum to get these videos in, you know, and despite the money, if there's anything that you'd like to, you know, if you'd like to let me know how it resonated for you, anything positive, it's always great. You know, it's such an energy exchange. It's what keeps me going, is knowing that it's relating to people and knowing people appreciate it. Even if you can't give in those monetary terms, your presence in my community and your support means so much to me in a world that will just bring you down because you're a woman, because you've had pain in your life, because you're Indigenous, because you want to do different and you don't want to have, like, the status quo is not good enough for you. So if you are someone like that as well, and if you'd like to join my community on Instagram and also TikTok, check me out on TikTok. I love TikTok. It's great. Vivid Anna Tarot for Instagram and TikTok. TikTok, I'm trying to get to 1,000 because I want to do some free readings for all of you. On live, you can play music on there too, and I want to, you know, I want to just jam to the music, and you know, music is very much my divination tool as well. It really helps me tap in. It was just gonna be a lot. It would just be a lot of fun. So if you do have TikTok, please, please, please add me. I'd love to see your TikToks as well. Great way to get to know people. yeah, share me with your friends, recommend me to your friends, let everyone know. And I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And I hope this gave you some closure or some clarity about the situation. Yeah. So, grazie, grazie. Ciao.